And in today's video, we're going to be visiting some of the highlights of Mykonos. We're going to be seeing some of the best viewpoints, some of the best culture, the best things to see and do in the main town. The choice of attire looks great, but was it practical?
Absolutely not. I nearly took off into the sky. I was a walking kite.
And we're going to be doing it by a luxury chauffeured service with Stefanos. This is one of the biggest highlights.
They took 200 years to build it.
And it's called?
And in Paraportiani Church.
That.
Let's get into it. And good morning. Today we're starting with a lovely breakfast at the Destino Pacha where we're staying, and we're feeling not as fresh as we probably could. Why is that?
Yeah.
Yesterday we were at Santa Ana and we watched Black Coffee for his closing party, which was a wicked experience. That was in last week's video. You can watch that by clicking that card up there. But today we've got a massive tour planned of the island. Really looking forward to it. And we're starting with a very hearty breakfast. What have you ordered?
Acai bowl.
We got chocolate acai, we got acai, omelette, lots of lovely stuff. Excited for today, even after last night. How was last night?
So good.
So you enjoyed it? And so today we're joined by Stefanos. Stefanos is our tour guide. How long have you lived in Mykonos for?
7 years.
7 years. So I'm hoping he knows a thing or two about Mykonos. Where do we go to first?
We are going to Lighthouse, to see Lighthouse, and we pass through Spilia Beach.
Okay.
Which is the only beach with pebble stones. All other beaches in Mykonos Island, are sandy.
So our first stop is Armenistis Lighthouse, which is the most northern point here in Mykonos, and we can actually see the island of Delos in the distance, which is the largest open archaeological site in Europe, and we're traveling there in next week's video. So if you want to check that one out, click that card up there. But that is a very exciting place because it's the birthplace of Apollo
and Aphrodite.
And Aphrodite. What do you think?
I do with painting the lighthouse.
Giving it a paint job?
Yeah. I just have a real strong urge to paint it.
Well, your dad would love that, wouldn't he?
It's a project.
It's a project. We have literally just been to the windiest place I have ever been in my entire life at the lighthouse. And the craziest part is, if you come up here, most people will miss it because you wouldn't think to go to that end rock to have that experience. But I don't think I've ever felt like completely unstable on my feet. I was going to be blown over. How was that for you?
I'm a walking parachute.
You are a parachute. I mean, the choice of attire looks great, but was it practical?
Absolutely not. I nearly took off into the sky. I was a walking kite.
So be aware of that, be cautious, don't go flying, and don't take flight like Jenny was because you're wearing a parachute. So we've made a stop off to another viewpoint, and this place is absolutely stunning from here because we can see everything that the main town has to offer. We can see the windmills in the distance, we can see the beautiful blue water, and of course the new port and the boats coming in. It really is a stunning sight right here. This is a church.
Agios Vasileios. Agios means saint. And it's built inside the rock.
So it's built inside the rock?
Yeah.
And so Stefanos is parking his car in valet parking here in Mykonos Town, and for valet it is around 20 euros. All of them are that price. It is extremely expensive, but I have just found out at the old port where we drove past earlier, it is actually free parking, and there are plenty of car parking spaces available there, so be aware of that. If you want to save a lot of money on your car park and on parking and you don't want to be spending an extortionate amount, make sure you go to the old port. And I wish we knew that last night because we parked on exactly this car park for 20 euros. Honestly, got to say, one of the highlights of Mykonos Town is just getting lost and wandering around these streets. You will find on every corner there is something interesting to look at. So we're with Krishula, and you said that how do they keep the walls so white?
Here we have to paint before Easter. 1 week before Easter.
And this one is called the white
alley.
The white alley. And you
Definitely
can definitely see that. We think it's white. I mean,
Actually, right though.
right now it's a little bit. They paint the floor as well. They paint the
mad.
floor. They paint the walls. Everything's just beautiful and white. But that is why Mykonos has that iconic white look to it. The buildings are so stunning. The architecture, I absolutely love it. What did you say?
The more we walk around and the more I see, I'm convinced the Seven Dwarfs built Mykonos.
Why?
It's miniature.
It is quite. It is. Miniature. Yeah, it is. It definitely feels really small.
Yeah.
A lot of the streets, a lot of the buildings, they're very cute and small.
Yeah.
So we've just walked by the iconic windmills, which by the way is a massive tourist trap. And I can understand why windmills were built there because it is the windiest place
Oh my god, yeah.
I've ever been. I actually think Mykonos is just incredibly windy in general. Like it is crazy here. But we've just walked by Little Venice and it is so pretty here, seeing the little restaurants that you can sit by, you can just watch the water and look at, you know, Little Venice. And it's called Little Venice because the Venetians actually built it when they actually conquered, I think it was this area, and they reigned it. I don't know why I'm looking at Jenny like she might know this information. Jenny doesn't know this information, but of course it is absolutely beautiful here.
The sea, oh my goodness.
It's so pretty. It's just a shame that of course we've got a great big cruise ship. How much do you reckon?
All the money in the
All
world.
the money in the world. I've got to say these little stores and these little shops selling some amazing jewellery, and they are, honestly, but the price of some of these things, I don't know who can afford this. So we've made a little drink stop off, just a quick refreshment in Little Venice on one of the balconies, which is pretty sick because we can see the windmills in the distance. We're enjoying these drinks that are probably £1 million. But that's fine because we're tourists and this is Little Venice and that's what you expect to pay. This place is called Kikis Tavern, little restaurant, get some food here, sit on the balcony and just enjoy. Exactly, there's 3 levels as well. So they also offer sunsets. Sunset experience on the higher terrace if you come around sunset. But this is really stunning. I recommend it just for a Coke Zero. You know, you get this view if you're lucky enough and just enjoy this. Going to next.
Paraportiani Church. There are 5 chapels in one church, so that makes specific highlights in Mykonos Town. It's not working as a church, but it's a nice spot to visit. And the architecture...
I've heard it is an amazing place. It's one of the biggest highlights.
They took 200 years to build it.
Wow. And it's called?
And in Paraportiani Church.
That.
And it's in Kastros area. This area is called Kastros.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've just come down the secret alleyway, which is by the restaurant Kastros, and it gives you such an amazing, like, Pinterest-style shot. Obviously, there's 2 other people that have found it now, but it is so cool and really cute down here. And also, there's a restaurant that you can just sit down. And so this is one of the most photographed church in the whole of Europe. What is it called?
Paraportiani.
Paraportiani.
I can't say.
Paraportiani Church.
I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but honestly, you've got to take your opportunity to get a photo because seconds later, as you can see, loads of people are doing the same thing. There's 5 chapels in this church.
There are 3, 4, 5.
Ah, okay. So there's different chapels, so you can go and pray in all.
There you go.
And we found yet another church, and this one is very beautiful because it reminds me
Of Santorini.
Reminds me of Santorini. So where are we?
We are in Gialos Beach.
Gialos Beach.
This is Agia beach in the town, the only beach in the town. It's not organized, but people can easily swim. It's protected.
So you can just chill there, get your towels.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
It's not too windy. You've got lots of restaurants here, some souvenir shops. I've got to say, these side streets that we are walking down are some really, really picturesque, beautiful places. Some great places to do some really unique shopping, pick up some sunglasses that are, you know, bespoke, made here in Mykonos or some of the surrounding islands. Really, really cool.
It's the most famous street in Mykonos Town. It's called Matogianni. From here, you end up to the old port, the Gialos Beach, and that way you take you to the main street.
So that way is the main street?
Yeah.
Main street for the bars?
Yeah.
And this is the popular street.
Yeah, also Matogianni is the same.
So perfect, isn't it?
Beautiful.
It's so
streets.
clean.
I know.
It just feels really clean.
I love how white everything is as well.
I
It's
know.
just stunning.
perfect
And
aesthetic.
the plants.
Everything's just so pretty. It looks like everything's been put there on purpose. Look at this tiny little door made by tiny little men. Who lives there?
Tiny little windows.
Tiny windows.
Who are they for?
The gnomes must live here. I live here now.
This is your new home?
This is where you can find me. Just out admiring my olives that I don't eat. From my lovely home. Normal sized door.
Yeah, for normal people, not gnome people.
Not miniature men that have built this place.
Oh, there's a miniature chair for you to sit
Oh, well then. There had to be something small.
What's happening here, baby?
I'm making announcements in my Colosseum, which is in my front garden, if you don't know, because I live there.
Yeah, she lives there.
So yeah, I come out here to inform the people.
Of what?
You'll have to wait and see in the next video.
And of course, to watch the next video, you need to make sure you subscribe, so hit that red button, get notified by hitting the bell notification button as well. Now, unfortunately, my microphone stopped working, but we made a stop off at Loulos Beach, which is open for the public and a great place to bring a towel and a parasol to catch a tan if you don't fancy spending £1 million at a beach club. But for all of those that do, nearby is the Solimar Beach Club owned by Paris Hilton. Where are we now on our next stop?
La 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 lally.
La 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 la. No, Kalo the Vadi. Yep, and there goes my microphone again. But I have to say this is up there as one of the better beaches on the island, which has 2 free areas beside the Solimar Beach Club, so if you just want to bring a towel and enjoy the water, you can do just that. So that beach bar there, wicked, such good music, really great vibe there, DJ, great music, and a really nice beach. Such a nice beach. What do you think of that beach?
Really nice. I'd stay there all day.
You'd stay there all day.
So cool.
Like, I love how Mykonos.
See what you did there.
Yeah. So there is a restaurant called Spilia Restaurant, which we are gonna check out. And to get there, we've got to walk on this cliff face, which is really cool in itself. But unfortunately, they had absolutely no tables there for us, so make sure that you book. And our next stop is Mera Town, which is the second largest town here in Mykonos, after Mykonos Town. I kind of like it here because it feels almost like the kind of place that you come if you want a little bit of downtime from the craziness of the main town. And yeah, nice little place. Pretty monastery and worth a look at if you're here for an extended stay.
It's very pleasant. It kind of reminds you where you go on like a family holiday when you're little.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's like little things.
Little play area things. Little restaurants that you can sit around. You just find one.
Pester your parents for an ice cream. This is what it is.
Yeah. After being driven back to the hotel, we said our goodbyes to Stefanos for an incredible whistle-stop tour around Mykonos Island. Guys, if you're only here for a short stay, then I can really recommend this one. So go ahead and book this tour using the link in my video description. Outfit check. Where are we up to?
Sunset Bar.
Sunset Bar to enjoy one of the best sunsets on the island.
And food and drink. How stressed are you, babe?
Yeah, I'm pretty stressed because it is 7:45 and I believe sunset's at 8 o'clock and our reservation was for 7:30. But it's fine because this is typical Matt James style whilst he's with Jenny.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Oh, it damn right it is. Damn right it is.
We wouldn't have you any other way.
But I am really excited for this place because this is supposed to be one of the best places on the island to watch a sunset. And it is right here. And so we've come to the Adelon Sunset Bar. Now, in Mykonos, there is another sunset bar that you've probably all heard of, 180. Now, that is incredibly expensive. It's from 70 per person, 70 euros, or 200 euros per person. So I don't fancy spending that kind of money. I'm not sure about you. And this is the perfect alternative. You've got an amazing sunset view. The music's great, the vibe's great. And to be honest, this is just the spot that you need.
I like that it's not overcrowded.
Exactly.
Because it's not like the place. It's so pretty.
This is beautiful though. You've got everything that you need, food, drinks, and the perfect way to finish an amazing evening in Mykonos. This is your sunset spot. food has been great here. I've got to say they offer a range of everything that you need for dinner. They've got great mains, octopus we've got some chicken, and you know, some amazing grilled vegetables. So guys, that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, check out the other videos from the Mykonos playlist right there. We're just going to go and demolish this food and enjoy this incredible sunset right here. So I'll see you guys in the next one.